You're watching Mountaintop's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. Wyln, we're your local network. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight on Wyln News. I'm Gary Perna. We begin tonight in the city of Hazleton, where alcoholic beverages are up for debate during city-sponsored events, as council passed their first reading of an ordinance to regulate consumption and open containers on public asset properties within the city. Wyln's Julie Wiegand has the details on both sides of last night's meeting.
City Council voted 3-2 on the first reading of a new ordinance last night, prohibiting the drinking of alcoholic beverages on any public access property. However, an amendment was added to provide certain exceptions to city-sponsored events. Mayor Jeff Cassat introduced the ordinance last year and felt the city could benefit from having events and vendors that want to come into the city.
There's a lot of places that are having wine festivals and microbrewers that have tastings and stuff like this. I thought maybe if we would participate in allowing them to come and use city facilities, that it might draw business and visitors to the area.
Future vendors selling the alcohol would have to be licensed by the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board to operate as a business with an off-site catering permit.
It would be a city function, a city-sponsored function, kind of like a church picnic would be. A bazaar. It's the items on that scale. It's not just that you can go sit in the park and drink beer. It would still have to be an authorized city function.
Private parties and organizations may secure a permit from the city to serve, sell, or otherwise dispense alcoholic beverages on property owned or leased by the city. This involves a $50 fee at the time of application, along with a $500 deposit to ensure cleanup the next day. Councilwoman Allison Barletta voted no on the first reading alongside Jean Moe, saying that the city doesn't need that kind of liability.
I am a very family-oriented person. I do have a young daughter, and I like going to events where there is no alcohol. There will be no increased security and no high risk for our family to be getting involved in something like that. I understand there are events, like wine festivals and stuff that go over with no problem. I just feel like our city, we do not need that extra liability since the city will be responsible for that then.
All permitted events must be concluded by 10 p.m. and restored back to normal condition by 7 a.m. the next day.
Whoever the vendor is for that event, they're going to have $1 million in liability. To me, I feel like $1 million for something happens, a family of 4, a family of 5. I just feel like that's not enough in case it turns around and comes back on the city. I just do not feel that that's enough insurance to protect our taxpayers, because then the lawsuit falls back on our taxpayers.
The ordinance's second and third readings will be voted on at their next meeting, April 10th. Reporting in Hazleton for Wyln News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Staying in the city of Hazleton, the Department of Public Works has started spring cleaning by sweeping streets. Today we found 2 street sweepers on East Broad Street. The Highway Department crews will be posting orange signs 24 hours prior to sweeping.
Which means we will sweep all the cinders over the winter. So we ask the people to, in preparation, to sweep their sidewalks, push all the dirt and debris about 1 foot into the street without creating piles or big mounds. The street sweepers will come on a scheduled emergency route. So if you see the orange signs posted, that means we will be coming the next day. So if they're there on a Monday, we'll be coming Tuesday. If they're there on a Friday, we'll be coming Monday. So it's just a preparation that we would need the cars moved. The more cars that are moved, the more thorough the cleaning can be.
Firefighters will be hosing down sidewalks on Diamond Avenue, Broad Street, Alter Street, and Wyoming Street, along with some other major streets in the city, according to the mayor. Crews typically need between 6 to 8 weeks to completely sweep all of the city, according to the mayor. Now to other work that's being done in the city, and that's at Lehigh Valley Hospital with their expansion project that's now in full swing. Today we stopped by the hospital to see how the project is going.
So we're really excited about all the progress going on with our expansion project of the emergency department here at Lehigh Valley Hospital, as well as the renovations on our patient towers. We're still open for business 24/7. There's just a different way to approach us. When patients and family members, visitors come to the hospital currently, we do have the new entrance that they can come in. And from there, when they come right in, you'll see the registration is straight ahead. And there is signage showing where everything is located currently. If you go straight ahead, you'll go towards our emergency department. And if you make a left after that, you'll go to our reception area. And then, of course, the rest is the same as it was before until the lobby expansion goes underway as well.
Like he said, people can enter the hospital with ease as the work is ongoing. And not only is the work being done on the outside, but there's also work being done on the inside.
We're in the process of doing the finishing upgrades in our Family Birth and Newborn Center, which is really exciting. We also will be putting the final beam on the emergency department expansion next Tuesday, which just seems like yesterday we broke ground and all of a sudden this is all happening so quickly. Our upper parking lot right now, as soon as the ground thaws a little bit more, taking care of things there as far as the grading. They're doing the lighting and the retaining walls are being installed currently.
Like you said, you don't have to be worried if you need to come to the hospital, and you don't have to worry about parking either. Lehigh Valley now offers valet parking. All you need to do is stop at the valet area and hand your keys over.
One of the things that we've implemented because of the construction is valet parking. So 7 days a week from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. You can bring your car up to the valet right in front. They will lovingly take your car, park it right on the premises, and you will give them a ticket and they will get your car for you. So we're trying to make things a little bit easier for everyone as construction goes on.
And if you do not want to come to the hospital during construction, the network has options for you.
Even though we're open 24/7 and we are taking care of patients, as always, we are encouraging people with non-emergent care to utilize their family physicians as well as our express care on Broad Street. And if you have lab work and x-rays to be done outpatient-wise, we're also encouraging you temporarily to use the Health and Wellness Center up on Noisy Drive across from Walmart for those type of services, which will allow for those patients and families and urgent care to be taken care of here in the hospital.
Now turning to some crime news tonight, a 25-year-old Hazleton man who police say delivered 150 bags of fentanyl to an undercover operatives was apprehended Wednesday night and sent to prison. Edward Zapata was charged with 3 counts of delivery of a controlled substance and 3 counts of criminal use of a communications device, which police say are all felons. The officer recognized Zapata at Diamond Avenue and Cyber Streets and knew that he was wanted for a parole violation and summary warrant. Police said Zapata was taken into custody. The Narcotics Division of the City Police Department have been investigating him since January. A Hazel Township man has been denied bail and sent to prison after he was charged with burglary. During a police investigation, 51-year-old Brian Rowland became a suspect in a rash of burglaries that occurred between January 4th and February 21st in his neighborhood. Police say a variety of food were stolen from homes in the area of Hillside Drive, Louis Shivo Drive, East 37th Street, and North Church Street. Rowland was charged for a break-in on February 21st at an apartment on East 37th Street. Boot prints left inside the residence were similar to those left at other break-ins. Since his arrest, the burglaries allegedly stopped in his neighborhood. He faces charges of burglary, criminal mischief, receiving stolen property, and criminal mischief in those cases. A presentation was given by the Luzerne County District Attorney at last night's County Council meeting. The District Attorney, Stephanie Salvanis, told Council that her office handled 1,257 drunk driving cases in 2018. That is about 1/3 of the cases her office prosecuted last year. Salvanis said that alcoholism is a major issue in Luzerne County. According to a report, Luzerne County found to have 2.6 DUI deaths per 100,000 residents, which translates to about 39% higher DUI deaths rate per capita than other counties. Salvantis also went on to say that those cases that her office have seen are almost certain a fraction of the actual drunk driving that actually takes place in the county. She also said law enforcement saturation patrols are catching many, but probably nowhere near all of the cases. Coming up on Wyln News, we stop by the annual Greater Hazleton Chamber Job Fair. Plus, could the Hazleton Area School District be selling the Vital House at tonight's meeting? Details are ahead, but first let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We're going to see rain off and on all weekend long. We may hit it in the morning, we may hit it in the afternoon. It all depends, but we can see rain all this weekend. Highs 57 on Friday, 65 on Saturday, and 44 on Sunday, but to return to work on Monday, mostly sunny, high 42. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from the new Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. Come on up the mountain. We have Buick, GMC, Cadillac, we got Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Mazda. And we got tons and tons of used cars. Our goal for March, we're going to sell 150 vehicles out of these 3 locations. Place says do whatever it takes, and that's what we're going to do. If you're in the Greater Hazleton area, or if you hear this or see this commercial, get your car and come on down. Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. And we do take the deals that you guys want, guaranteed.
It was Sunday morning. I was home alone. I was working on my trains and my left arm felt numb. I started being short of breath. I ended up calling 911. I thought it was a heart attack, but I wasn't really sure. They took me to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Pocono.
You have one heart and one choice when it comes to the best heart care. The hospitals and heart specialists of the Lehigh Valley Heart Institute.
You just don't think it will happen to you. I'm very fortunate.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Springtime is here, and that means it's time for the annual Greater Hazleton Job Fair. Employees and job seekers network today at the yearly event. Our Julie Stefanovich stopped by and has more on this story.
Businesses throughout the area set up shop at the 23rd Annual Greater Hazleton Job Fair today at many ballrooms in Hazel Township. The vendors met with individuals seeking employment, career advancement, or internship opportunities. The Hazleton Chamber of Commerce has been involved with the event for over 20 years.
There's just a wide variety of businesses, a lot of opportunities in the healthcare field, industry, administrative management, just all kinds of different opportunities.
The fair was a great opportunity for employers to meet with potential employees face to face.
I mean, it's open to the public, so, and it's free for job seekers to come in. So, there's all different kinds of people that come through, all different age groups. We had the high school here today. They came with 2 busloads full of students. The Keystone Job Corps brought down some students as well. And then, there's just, all different kinds of people and ages. So, everybody's encouraged to attend. The Mature Workers program is here at Luzerne County. So, a lot of different opportunities.
The Nature's Bounty Company specializes in health and wellness supplements. Staff was on hand today looking to fill many types of positions.
We are a warehouse located in Hazleton Humboldt Industrial Park at the 23rd annual job fair today to multiple different level positions, anywhere from entry level to supervisor position. We're having a great turnout today. A lot of folks showing up. It's very important that we're out here in the community today to show our support and hopefully find great candidates to fill our positions.
The job fair allows for both businesses and job seekers to fulfill their missions to find the right people to make the right products.
It's very important to be in the community, especially with the needs of the jobs of the multiple places in our area. And definitely in our community, in our county, we have a lot of people that need those jobs. And so hopefully we can come and support those folks and find the right positions for them and hopefully fill our positions also and make our company a better company and supply our customers.
For more information on the job fair or other upcoming events, visit hazeltonchamber.org. In Hazel Township, for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
The Hazleton Area School District's Vital House could be going up for sale. At tonight's school board meeting, directors will vote whether to advertise the house for sale. A similar plan failed about 3 years ago. Tonight's agenda lists the price for the house at $145,900, while Luzerne County assessed the home at $144,800. The home has 9 bedrooms in it. Now, it has been used for vocational and independent training for adult life for students in the district and outside of it. No students have used that home in the last 2 school years. Construction contracts were awarded for the new consolidated high school at Wednesday night's Wilkes-Barre Area School Board meeting. The district opened construction bids on March 8th and awarded contracts to the lowest responsible bidders. In all, 11 contracts were awarded last night. The district finalized a bond issue to borrow $124 million for the project. It plans to get $24 million in state reimbursement funds to make debt payments. The high school plan for Maffitt and North Main Streets in Plains Township will combine Coughlin, Myers, and GAR during the 2021-2022 school year. The 11 contracts will be signed after the State Department of Education approves the 6 phases of the project. The Hazleton Housing Authority has continued to work on improving inspection scores at its Vine Manor high-rise and Vine West development. The authority has received a total score of 89, which would make it at standard performance, according to its director. 1 more point would make the authority a high-performing agency, a distinction that it has had for the past 3 years. The authority lost points at Vine West because of tenants who have a disabled child and requires an air conditioner unit in a bedroom window. That's according to Director Dorothy George. That means a child cannot use the window as an exit in case of a fire. However, the children in that home are bedfast and hooked up to machines and wouldn't be able to use the window themselves, she told the board of directors. The city's fire department is familiar with the family and has a policy in place just in case. The board appealed that rating on a technicality. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice, we take a trip to the Luzerne County SPCA. Plus, still making memories after 70 years. We stop by third base. Coming up next. Stay with us.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine. I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months. I'm accident free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeil's Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or Hometown in Hometown Village Square. The Hope and Dance Society's annual telethon will be held live April 6th from Genetti Ballrooms in Hazel Township and broadcast on WYLN TV 35. Enjoy local and regional entertainment all day Saturday from noon until 11 p.m. The Hope and Dance Society's annual telethon live from the Genetti Ballrooms, 1345 North Church Street in Hazel Township, Saturday, April 6th on WYLN TV 35.
It's spring, and savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our large inventory and drive off with a great deal. Lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month. And during Ram Truck Month, get select Ram 1500 4x4s for as low as $32,890. Or get 0% for 72 months on the Ram 1500. Savings are in the air during the spring sales event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
On this week's segment, we traveled to the Luzerne County SPCA in Plains Township and spoke with Executive Director Todd Hebner. The shelter was formally started in 1957 by a group of concerned citizens that had a mission of protecting and being the voice of the unwanted, abandoned, and abused animals of Luzerne County. Now, in 2019, the shelter is continuing the journey by providing vital services.
We offer a lot of services, and certainly the most well-known is respite care for the abandoned, the abused, and unwanted animals of Luzerne County. But we also offer a low-cost cat spay neuter program. We offer educational services to our community. We have a humane educator that goes into our local schools and civic groups to talk about the organization, who we are, and what we do. We have Humane Society police officers, 3 of them that work with our organization, that are charged with protecting the legal rights of the animals that we choose to reside within this county.
On average, a shelter takes care of 150 to 200 animals on any given day.
That is a variety of stray animals, humane holds that are actually in active cases, and owner-surrendered animals.
Residents who are looking for their new best friend can stop by the shelter and speak with an adoption counselor.
There is a brief application that is going to take some very basic personal information, where you live, name, that type of thing. We go through our process as far as looking for a veterinary reference or personal references, and then once an application is approved, then we go about the business of trying to match the adopter with the appropriate dog. And just as a quick example, the couch potato isn't looking for the high energy Jack Russell that needs run 4 miles a day. They want something that matches their lifestyle. That is certainly what we aim as a goal, is to match the right dog with the right family, so that it is a win-win positive situation for both.
Todd also talked about the fees for both cats and dogs.
We have 2 stage fees for cats. We have $65 if a cat is adopted in-house, if it is adopted at one of our pet partners, which is PetSmart, Petco, Pet Supplies Plus, and Pet Value. It is $70. Our dogs are $120 flat fee, whether it is a puppy or an older dog.
The Luzerne County SPCA is open 6 days a week with the exception of Wednesdays. Adoption hours are from noon until close. The SPCA is at 524 East Main Street in Wilkes-Barre. So, if you're in the market for a new forever friend, give them a call at 570-825-4111. And stay tuned for next week's episode.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care for safe, friendly, qualified care. Call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality branding, furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
On March 28, 1979, 40 years ago today, a reactor partially melted down at the 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generation Station in Dauphin County. There was a radiation leak forcing evacuations, and panic spread wildly throughout the area. Officials later discovered that only a small amount of radiation was released, causing little harm, but the incident led to a massive cleanup project and changes in the industry's safety. Following the accident, one tower never went online again. The nuclear power plant near Harrisburg has been losing money for the last number of years, and the owners, Exelon, announced that they will shut down the plant in the fall of 2019. TMI employs 675 workers who will lose their jobs when that plant, one of the most famous plants known for nuclear energy, shuts down this year. A longtime business in the Hazleton area is celebrating a big milestone. Third Base Luncheonette is now 70 years old, and they're still making memories after all of these years. Today we stopped by the landmark business to talk with the second generation owners about how it all got started.
Mom and Dad decided to go into business, and they bought the property off of my grandmother, my mother's mom. And she said, "You're gonna build, and live above it." So little by little, they started making the hoagies, hamburgers, and cheeseburgers. We also had French fries back then. And slow but sure, it took off. When Mom and Dad first started, they would tell me that if they sold a dozen hoagies in a week, they were happy.
Nishinsky said not only there have not been many changes in the last 70 years.
Very little in changes. I mean, the kids are kids. We had the high school kids, now we have the elementary kids. They come in, they don't buy the hoagies and the hamburgers and cheeseburgers like the high school kids did, but they buy the penny candy. They're good kids, we have a lot of fun with them. And that's the only real change that I see. I mean, we have a lot of new customers coming in, that, you know, people that moved into the area, and it's good to see them. They come in, I treat them like somebody that's been here forever.
And I had to ask, how did their parents come up with the name?
When you're playing ball, you're on third, you want to go home. Now, where's the best place to eat? At home. Your next best place is third. So that's how that came about. My mom and dad came up with that one.
Never knew that. All right, now Nishinsky said they plan to be there for many more years to come. And from all of us here at Wyln TV, we wish them all the best and continued success. Well, that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on the Wyln News Facebook page, and stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln TV.
You see university advertising, a student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Pitt State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Have your Redwood Whitetail graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Morning clay competitions, trap the wobble trap games, ski. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.